Hey Taurus. So, I just did this reading for you, and honestly, what came through was pretty remarkable. This month is setting up to be transformational for you in ways you probably haven't even imagined yet. The cards were practically jumping out of the deck to tell this story, and I want to walk you through everything I saw because there are some genuinely exciting developments on the horizon for you. So, let me start with what showed up first. I pulled the Queen of Cups, and this card immediately told me something significant about where you are right now, emotionally. This is a card about deep emotional maturity, about someone who has done the inner work and is ready to receive blessings from a place of genuine wisdom. What struck me about this card in your reading is that it represents you having reached a point where you truly understand yourself on a level you never have before. You know what you want. You know what you deserve, and more importantly, you know what you will no longer tolerate in your life. This is huge because it means you are operating from a completely different frequency now than you were even a few months ago. The Queen of Cups sits by the water, fully in touch with her emotions but not overwhelmed by them, and that is exactly where you are right now. You have processed so much, you have healed so much, and now you are in this beautiful space of emotional availability combined with clear boundaries. This is the energy that attracts miracles. And trust me when I say miracles are absolutely coming your way. What I found really interesting is that this emotional readiness you have cultivated is directly connected to what happens next in your reading. You are not just hoping for change anymore, you are energetically aligned with it. The universe responds to this kind of alignment in powerful ways. When you have done the work to become the Queen of Cups energy, when you have cleared out old patterns and healed old wounds, you create this magnetic pull for exactly what you have been wanting. And the timing of this could not be more perfect because we are entering a new month, which always brings fresh energy and new possibilities. But this particular month is special for you. The energy shift happening right now is unlike anything you have experienced in a long time. Then I pulled the Four of Wands, and I actually got chills when this card appeared because it confirms everything I was already sensing. The Four of Wands is celebration, it is homecoming, it is stability and joy, and the feeling of finally arriving at a place you have been working toward for so long. This card often shows up when someone is about to experience a major milestone or achievement, something worth celebrating. For you specifically, this is indicating that all the effort you have been putting in, all the patience you have been exercising, all the faith you have been holding on to even when things felt uncertain, all of that is about to pay off in a really tangible way. The Four of Wands has this energy of things clicking into place, of different elements of your life suddenly harmonizing in a way that feels almost effortless. Where there was struggle, there will be flow. Where there was confusion, there will be clarity. Where there was waiting, there will be arrival. What I love about the Four of Wands appearing in this position is that it tells me you are entering a genuinely happy chapter. Not just momentary happiness or fleeting joy, but sustained positive energy that permeates multiple areas of your life. This card traditionally shows up around celebrations like engagements, weddings, housewarmings, major career achievements, basically any event that marks a significant positive turning point. So whatever is coming for you this month carries that same weight and significance. This is not a small shift. This is a major life upgrade. And the beautiful part is that you have earned this. The universe is not randomly bestowing good fortune on you. It is responding to the person you have become and the energy you are now emanating. The Four of Wands also speaks to community and support, which suggests that whatever unfolds for you will involve other people in positive ways. You might find yourself surrounded by people who genuinely celebrate you and want to see you win. Or perhaps you will experience a deepening of important relationships in your life. There is this sense of being held and supported by the people around you, which is such a contrast to times when you may have felt alone in your struggles. This month brings a real sense of belonging and connection that has been missing. Now, this is where the reading gets really specific, and I need you to pay close attention because this next part is crucial. I pulled the Eight of Cups, and at first this might seem contradictory given what I just said about celebration and happiness, but stay with me because this card is actually explaining how you get to that Four of Wands energy. The Eight of Cups is about walking away from what no longer serves you. It is about having the courage to leave behind situations, relationships, patterns, or beliefs that you have outgrown. And here is what the cards are telling me very clearly. The reason this new chapter can begin for you is because you are finally ready to close the door on an old one. I am getting that there is something in your life right now, or perhaps multiple things, that you have been holding on to out of fear or habit or hope that things might change. But deep down, you know it is time to move on. The Eight of Cups shows a figure walking away from perfectly stacked cups, which represents leaving behind something that looks good on the surface, but does not fulfill you on a deeper level. This could be a relationship that looks right on paper, but leaves you feeling empty. It could be a job or career path that provides security, but drains your soul. It could be a friendship that used to be meaningful, but has become one-sided or draining. It could even be an old version of yourself that you are finally ready to shed. What I want you to understand about this Eight of Cups energy is that it is not about bitterness or anger or dramatic exits. It is about quiet knowing. It is about waking up one day and realizing with absolute clarity that you deserve more, that you are meant for more, and that staying where you are would mean betraying yourself. This is mature, conscious choice-making. This is the Queen of Cups energy in action, using emotional wisdom to make brave decisions. And the cards are showing me that this choice to walk away, whether you have already made it or are about to make it, is what unlocks everything else. It is what allows the Four of Wands celebration energy to enter your life. You cannot hold on to the old and receive the new simultaneously. You have to create space. The timing around this Eight of Cups energy feels imminent. Like this is not something that happens months from now. This is something that unfolds very soon, possibly within the first 2 weeks of this new month. And I am getting that you will know exactly what needs to be released when the moment comes. There will be a clarity that washes over you, a certainty that eliminates doubt, trust that knowing when it arrives. Moving forward in your reading, I pulled the Ace of Cups, and now we are getting into the really beautiful territory. The Ace of Cups represents new emotional beginnings, fresh starts in matters of the heart, and an outpouring of love and positive feelings. This card literally shows a cup overflowing with water, which symbolizes emotions that are so abundant they cannot be contained. For you, this is indicating that after you do the necessary release work signified by the Eight of Cups, you open yourself up to receive something completely new and wonderful in the emotional realm of your life. If you are single, the Ace of Cups is one of the most promising cards for new love. It suggests that someone new is about to enter your life, someone who represents a fresh start and brings genuine emotional fulfillment. This would be a person who meets you at your current level of emotional maturity, someone who matches your energy and your intentions. The Ace of Cups tells me this connection would feel different from anything you have experienced before, because you are different now. You are the Queen of Cups, remember? So you attract differently than you used to. This potential new person would be someone who sees you, values you, and treats you the way you deserve to be treated. If you are already in a relationship, the Ace of Cups indicates a renewal or deepening of emotional connection. It is like falling in love all over again, rediscovering each other, reaching new levels of intimacy and understanding. This could manifest as a breakthrough in communication, a resolution of long-standing issues, or simply a return to the feelings that brought you together in the first place, but now enhanced by everything you have learned and grown through together. Beyond romantic relationships, the Ace of Cups can also indicate a new creative project that you feel passionate about, a deepening of spiritual connection, or simply a general opening of your heart to life in a way that allows you to experience more joy, more beauty, more connection. Whatever form this takes for you specifically, the message is clear. Your heart is about to experience something that feels brand new and deeply fulfilling. What I find significant about the Ace of Cups appearing after the Eight of Cups is the message about deservingness. You are not just randomly receiving good things, you are receiving them because you made space for them. You released what was not right, so that what is right could find you. This is conscious creation at its finest. And the overflow imagery of the Ace of Cups tells me that what comes to you will be abundant, not scarce. You will not have to fight for scraps or convince anyone of your worth. This flows to you naturally and generously. The fifth card I pulled is the Knight of Swords, and this is where the energy of your reading really accelerates. The Knight of Swords is fast-moving, decisive, and action-oriented. This knight charges forward with purpose and determination, cutting through obstacles and delays. In your reading, this card is telling me that once things start shifting for you this month, they shift quickly. We are not talking about slow, gradual change. We are talking about rapid developments that might honestly catch you off guard with their speed. The Knight of Swords often represents messages, news, or communication that comes suddenly and changes everything. Given the context of your reading, and especially that phrase about everything changing with the arrival of a message, I am very specifically seeing that you receive some kind of communication this month that serves as a catalyst for everything I have been describing. This could be a text message, an email, a phone call, a letter, a conversation, or even an unexpected encounter with someone who delivers information you need to hear. Whatever form this message takes, it will be clear, direct, and impossible to ignore. It cuts through confusion and gives you the information or clarity you have been waiting for. The Knight of Swords energy is also about mental clarity and breakthrough thinking. You might experience sudden insights or realizations that help you see situations in your life from completely new angles. Problems that seemed complicated suddenly have obvious solutions. Questions you have been struggling with suddenly have clear answers. This is the energy of the fog lifting, of mental blocks dissolving, of finally being able to see the path forward. What I am picking up specifically is that this Knight of Swords message or realization propels you into action. It is not something you receive and then sit with for weeks contemplating what to do. No, this is information that demands a response, that requires you to move, to make decisions, to take steps forward. And you will be ready. All the emotional preparation you have done, all the inner work represented by the Queen of Cups, has prepared you for this moment when quick, confident action is required. The timing on the Knight of Swords is typically very fast. This knight does not delay or hesitate, so I would expect this significant message or realization to come through in the early part of this month, possibly within the first week or two. And once it arrives, things start happening rapidly. This is not the energy of waiting around to see what develops. This is the energy of immediate forward motion. Continuing with your reading, the next card that appeared is the Five of Swords. And I want to talk about this one carefully because it is important. The Five of Swords is traditionally about conflict, arguments, and win-lose situations. It often shows up when someone is dealing with difficult people or challenging dynamics. In your reading, this card is not predicting that you will experience major conflict this month. Instead, it is showing me that you are leaving behind a situation that had these Five of Swords qualities. What I am seeing is that you have been dealing with someone or multiple someones who operate from a competitive, hostile, or undermining place. These are people who always have to win, who make everything a battle, who cannot be happy for your success, who try to diminish you to elevate themselves. The Five of Swords shows up to say that you are finally recognizing these dynamics for what they are and choosing to remove yourself from these toxic interactions. This ties directly into that Eight of Cups energy we talked about earlier. Part of what you are walking away from involves people who do not have your best interests at heart. The Five of Swords can also represent an internal conflict, like warring parts of yourself or outdated beliefs you are finally ready to release. Perhaps there is a part of you that has believed you need to fight for everything, that life is a battle, that you have to constantly defend yourself or prove your worth. This month brings the realization that you can simply step away from that entire paradigm. You do not have to engage with people who want to fight. You do not have to prove anything to anyone. You can choose peace over conflict, and that choice is incredibly powerful. What I want you to understand is that the Five of Swords appearing in your reading is actually a positive sign because it represents you gaining wisdom about where and how you spend your energy. You are learning to identify situations and people that drain you and choosing to disengage. This is a sign of growth and maturity. Not every battle needs to be fought. Not every argument needs to be had. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is recognize what is not worth your energy and walk away. The seventh card in your reading is the Knight of Pentacles, and this brings a very different energy that balances out some of the faster-moving cards we have seen. The Knight of Pentacles is steady, reliable, methodical, and committed to the long game. While the Knight of Swords charges ahead rapidly, the Knight of Pentacles moves with purpose, but also with patience and attention to detail. This card appearing in your reading tells me that while changes happen quickly this month, what you are building is meant to last. You are not creating flash-in-the-pan excitement. You are establishing something solid and enduring. The Knight of Pentacles often represents someone entering your life who embodies these qualities. Dependable, hardworking, loyal, practical, and genuinely invested in building something real. If you are looking for love, this could be indicating that a stable, grounded person comes into your sphere. This would be someone who is not about games or drama or superficial connection. This is someone who wants to build something substantial with you, who is willing to put in the work, who shows up consistently. The Knight of Pentacles is not the most flashy or exciting energy, but it is the energy that actually creates lasting relationships and real security. In terms of your own energy and actions, the Knight of Pentacles encourages you to take practical steps toward your goals this month. Do not just dream about what you want, start putting concrete plans in motion. If there are material goals you have been working toward, whether that is financial stability, career advancement, buying a home, or any other tangible achievement, this is your month to make real progress. The Knight of Pentacles gets results because he is willing to do the work day after day, brick by brick, until the goal is accomplished. What I appreciate about this card showing up in your reading is that it provides grounding energy amid all the change and transition indicated by the other cards. Yes, things are shifting rapidly. Yes, you are walking away from what no longer serves you. Yes, exciting new beginnings are emerging. But through all of that, you remain grounded, practical, and focused on building something that will stand the test of time. You are not getting swept away in excitement and losing sight of what truly matters. You are staying rooted in reality while also being open to transformation. The Knight of Pentacles also speaks to patience and persistence. Not everything that begins this month will reach completion immediately, and that is okay. Some things take time to develop properly. Trust the process and trust that steady, consistent effort yields results. You do not have to force anything or rush anything. Just keep showing up, keep doing the work, keep moving in the right direction, and everything will unfold as it should. Now, I pulled the Five of Wands, and this card adds another layer to what we have been discussing. The Five of Wands represents competition, challenge, and having to navigate through chaos or conflicting energies. What this card is showing me in your reading is that as you step into this new chapter and start experiencing positive changes, you might encounter some resistance from your external environment. This could manifest as people questioning your decisions, trying to talk you out of changes you are making, or creating drama and obstacles. The Five of Wands energy can feel frustrating because it is like you are trying to move forward, but keep encountering interference. However, I want you to understand something crucial. This card appearing in your reading is actually showing you that the resistance you encounter is a sign you are on the right path. People who are invested in keeping you small, keeping you stuck, or keeping you available for their purposes will not be happy when you start making moves toward your own happiness and freedom. Their resistance is their problem, not yours. Do not let other people's discomfort with your growth cause you to doubt yourself or slow down. The Five of Wands can also represent internal challenges, like different parts of yourself pulling in different directions. Maybe your logical mind is on board with changes you need to make, but your emotional self is scared. Maybe you know what you need to do, but old conditioning is making it hard to follow through. These internal conflicts are normal when you are making significant life changes. The key is to not let the inner chaos paralyze you. Acknowledge the different feelings and perspectives, but ultimately stay committed to your path forward. What I am getting specifically is that you might face some challenges or complications around the time that Knight of Swords message arrives. The information or clarity you receive might create some temporary turbulence as you and others adjust to new realities. But remember, the Queen of Cups energy you are embodying. You have the emotional maturity and wisdom to navigate through choppy waters without losing yourself. You can handle other people's reactions without absorbing their energy or being swayed from your truth. The Five of Wands is ultimately a card of growth through challenge. Yes, there might be some obstacles to navigate, but working through them makes you stronger and more certain about your choices. Every time you stand firm in the face of resistance, you build more confidence and personal power. So if you encounter pushback this month, see it as an opportunity to practice setting boundaries, trusting yourself, and staying committed to your path, regardless of what others think or say. Moving into the 8th card, I pulled the 8 of Wands, and suddenly the energy shifts dramatically. The 8 of Wands is one of the fastest moving cards in the entire tarot deck. It represents rapid developments, swift progress, and things finally taking off after a period of delays or stagnation. This card shows 8 wands flying through the air, all moving in the same direction with nothing blocking their path. That is the energy coming toward you. What this tells me is that after you work through whatever initial challenges or resistance shows up, things start moving fast. We are talking about multiple positive developments happening in quick succession, opportunities arriving one after another, things you have been waiting for suddenly coming through, plans that were stuck suddenly gaining momentum. The 8 of Wands brings this rush of forward motion that can honestly feel overwhelming in the best way possible. This card often represents travel, movement, or communication across distances. You might receive good news from far away or find yourself traveling or planning to travel. If you have been waiting to hear back about something important, the 8 of Wands says that news arrives soon and it is positive. If you have been trying to manifest something specific, the 8 of Wands indicates your manifestation is about to materialize rapidly. What strikes me about the 8 of Wands appearing in your reading is the contrast between the earlier parts of this month, where you are doing release work and navigating some challenges, and this later phase where suddenly everything is flowing beautifully and opportunities are abundant. It is like you clear the path by letting go of what does not serve you and setting boundaries with people who create problems, and then the universe responds by flooding your life with positive momentum. The 8 of Wands also brings a feeling of excitement and aliveness. This is that energy of feeling like life is happening, like you are finally participating fully rather than being stuck on the sidelines. After periods of waiting and uncertainty, this rush of activity and progress feels incredibly satisfying. You might find yourself busier than you have been in a while, but it is good busy, productive busy, exciting busy. This is not overwhelming stress. This is energizing engagement with life. Timing-wise, The Eight of Wands suggests that things happen quickly once they start happening. We are probably looking at the latter half of this month for this accelerated energy to really kick in. But once it does, fasten your seatbelt because you will be moving fast. The ninth card I pulled is the Queen of Wands, and I got so excited when this card appeared because it represents you fully stepping into your power. The Queen of Wands is confident, charismatic, passionate, and magnetic. She knows who she is and makes no apologies for it. She attracts what she wants effortlessly because her energy is so compelling. She is creative, courageous, and completely comfortable taking up space and shining brightly. What this card is telling me is that by the end of this month, you will have undergone a significant transformation in how you show up in the world. Remember, we started this reading with you as the Queen of Cups, emotionally mature and wise. Now we are ending with you as the Queen of Wands. That emotional wisdom combined with outward confidence and personal power. This is the integration of inner work with outer expression. You are not just feeling good on the inside, you are radiating that good feeling outward in a way that others notice and respond to. The Queen of Wands is incredibly attractive energy. When you embody this archetype, you naturally draw people and opportunities toward you. You do not have to chase or convince or prove anything. Your presence alone is magnetic. This is the energy that turns heads when you walk into a room, that makes people want to be around you, that opens doors seemingly without effort. And you will be stepping into this energy fully as this month progresses, and you move through the transitions and transformations indicated by the other cards. What I love about the Queen of Wands appearing in your reading is that she represents you claiming your full, authentic self. No more dimming your light to make others comfortable. No more playing small or holding back. No more questioning whether you deserve good things. The Queen of Wands knows her worth inherently and lives accordingly. This is the version of yourself you are becoming, and honestly, it is probably the version you have always been underneath, but have been afraid to fully express until now. The Queen of Wands is also deeply creative and passionate. You might find yourself feeling inspired to pursue creative projects or hobbies that light you up. Or you might simply approach all areas of your life with more passion and enthusiasm than you have felt in a while. This queen brings vitality and energy. She is fully engaged with life, squeezing every drop of juice out of experiences, living boldly and authentically. In relationships, the Queen of Wands attracts equal partners who appreciate her strength rather than being threatened by it. She does not settle or compromise her essential nature for anyone. If you are looking for love, embodying Queen of Wands energy means you will attract someone who loves you for exactly who you are. Someone who is excited by your confidence rather than intimidated by it. If you are already partnered, this energy revitalizes your relationship as you bring more of your authentic self to the connection. The final card in your reading is the Empress, and honestly, this is such a beautiful, abundant, creative card to end on. The Empress represents fertility, creativity, abundance, nurturing, and the manifestation of desires into physical reality. She is the ultimate creator, bringing ideas into form, dreams into reality. She sits in a lush garden surrounded by abundance, representing the harvest that comes from proper care and cultivation. For you, the Empress appearing as your final card tells me that this new chapter you are entering is incredibly fertile ground for creating the life you actually want. Everything you plant this month, whether that is seeds of new relationships, new career directions, new habits, or new ways of being, will grow abundantly. You are entering a phase of your life where manifestation happens more easily and quickly than it has before, because you are finally aligned with yourself and your true desires. The Empress can indicate pregnancy or the birth of creative projects, new businesses, or anything that you nurture from conception to completion. There is this sense of bringing something new into the world that did not exist before. something that bears your unique stamp and reflects your authentic vision. This could be literal creation like having a child, or it could be metaphorical creation like birthing a new version of yourself. What strikes me most powerfully about the Empress ending your reading is the message about worthiness and deservingness. The Empress does not question whether she deserves abundance. She simply receives it naturally as her birthright. She knows she is worthy of beauty, pleasure, comfort, love, success, all good things. And that is the energy you are stepping into. After years or months of struggling or feeling unworthy or working so hard just to get by, you are entering a phase where good things flow to you more easily because you have finally internalized your own worth. The Empress also speaks to nurturing yourself and others from a place of abundance rather than depletion. You are no longer running on empty, trying to give from a place of lack. Now you are so full yourself that nurturing others does not drain you. It actually feeds the cycle of abundance. This is sustainable giving that feels good rather than obligatory. In terms of relationships, the Empress is incredibly positive. If you are seeking love, this card says it comes to you abundantly. Not just one option, but possibly multiple people interested in you, giving you the luxury of choice. If you are already in a relationship, the Empress indicates a deepening and flowering of that connection, possibly even expanding your family if that is something you desire. The Empress encourages you to embrace pleasure, beauty, and comfort without guilt. Allow yourself to enjoy nice things, to create beautiful spaces, to indulge in experiences that feel good. You have been through enough struggle and difficulty. This is your time to experience the sweetness of life. So Taurus, when I look at this reading as a whole, the message is so clear and so exciting. You are at a pivotal moment where everything is about to shift dramatically and beautifully. You have done the inner work, you have healed old wounds, you have reached a level of emotional maturity and self-awareness that has prepared you for what comes next. This month you will be called to release what no longer serves you, and that release might require courage and might encounter some resistance. But as you let go of the old, you immediately create space for the new, and what comes in to fill that space is going to be wonderful. A significant message arrives this month that changes everything. It brings clarity, propels you into action, and sets off a chain reaction of positive developments. Things that have been stuck start moving rapidly. Opportunities you have been waiting for finally materialize. And through it all, you are stepping more fully into your power, becoming more authentically yourself, shining more brightly than you have in a long time. By the end of this month, you will be operating from such a different place energetically. You will have released old patterns and people that kept you small. You will have established clearer boundaries. You will be more confident in your worth and your vision for your life. And you will be experiencing tangible evidence that the universe supports you when you support yourself. This truly is the beginning of the best chapter of your life, because you are finally aligned with who you really are and what you really want. The struggle and confusion of the past are giving way to clarity and flow. The waiting is over. Your time is now. And honestly, I am so excited for everything that is about to unfold for you.